Welcome into our Countdown to First Serve interview series. Today I'm visiting with Jocelyn Garcia, head coach of Arkansas-Monticello. Coach, we just did this a few months ago. Normally it's about a 9-month turnaround from the end of the season to the beginning of the next year. As I've told the other volleyball coaches, nobody's complaining about getting to play again, but it's been just 4 months since the season ended. So we've got a lot to talk about as far as your first conference tournament win and some other things like that. But what's it been like in the last 4 months getting ready for a second season in the same year?
Yes. Honestly, I love it. I will say we always have that waiting period where it's just constant. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. The fact that it was just, hey, see you in 4 months. We did what we did. It's back to work once we get back. And I think the girls have loved that as well. Obviously, going back to normal after the season, we will have that 9 months, but we've just been excited. We utilize that summer voluntary hours that some of our players were able to get, and a lot of our girls came back earlier, especially returners. Newcomers, obviously, there were the freshman rules, and then returners had that leeway. They had places to live. They didn't have too much of a transition, which made it easy for them. So we took advantage of that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you get that first conference tournament win last year, kind of a different format because of the COVID reasons and the shorter season. But I would feel like perhaps that is a positive thing for UAM to align with where you're trying to take your program because of the short turnaround. And maybe it has a little more momentum than it would in a normal year. Do you feel that way?
I do. I do believe that. I think the girls themselves had felt that was a really big accomplishment to have that first time win in conference tournament. While it was, that everyone kind of made the tournament and there wasn't those top 8, we still proved ourselves. I really felt like Ouachita's a great opponent to go up against in that first round. Tougher, and when we went with Harding on the second, and did not help. We actually got a stomach bug the night before. Felt really bad. We even called Meredith to let her know, hey, just in case we might have to do masks. We knew it was a stomach bug, but our 3 freshman starters had it and they played through it. So it was still amazing to see, even though didn't come out with that second win in conference tournament and make it to the end. I was really, really proud of the girls and them pushing through that, especially in that second round.
So you have a new graduate assistant helping you coach. Maybe that was one area, maybe it was a little bit quicker turnaround than normal. I don't know. But yes. Either way, Katie Cornelius is there. Tell us about her.
We knew she was going to come here in December. So we had opened the job in December and we were really trying to find a great fit. Our previous graduate assistant, Macy, had done amazing. And we really wanted to make sure the girls had that same connection with who was coming in. We didn't want to rush it. And we felt that the best year to kind of have one single coach on staff, this would be it. COVID season didn't have as many travel, so we were able to make it work. And when we had found Katie in December, long conversations, we allowed the girls to meet her. We talked just each other with a couple times. She'd met with our previous athletic director, and we all just had a great feeling about her. And we had other great candidates as well, but with her especially, we just were like, she's worth the wait. So we took our time, let her graduate in May, and as soon as she graduated, she was here a month later, and she's already been on everything. I've loved her. The girls have made that great connection already, and being here, usually our graduate assistants get in August. We were sure to get her here in July, end of June, so that way she could build that connection with those who were on campus, and she wouldn't just be jumping into everything, not knowing much, especially learning as a graduate assistant. We wanted her to figure out her coaching style and get really comfortable. So she's been amazing. I can't wait, for season to have her next to me. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I got a couple extra months there. Yes. Well, let's talk about returning players. And it's kind of the same theme with everybody that, we're still in this who's coming back, and most everybody's getting their players back, but some are moving on. And it may take another year for that to really settle down. But talk about some of your returning players.
Yes, so big key players for us was included our libero, Caitlin Richburg. She's coming back, which is amazing. Right now she's quarantined because we're still having to follow some of the rules. She got exposed, and so we're missing her as we're going through preseason. Taylor Calhoun was a great leader for us. She's our middle, and we're so excited to have her back. She just brings so much joy into the gym as well as just hard work. We have a couple girls coming off injuries, which is tough for them, and getting back into the hang of things. Faith Wildman, our freshman last year outside, did amazing, and she had a great season. She actually graduated early, came in the spring, so she got that extra season to take advantage of. And then we have Tori Hamilton, Michaela. Those are our other two sophomores now. They did great things as well, high numbers. They didn't get their recognition last season, but they definitely put up quite a fight in matches and were great against opponents. So we had a young class or young team last year, and this year just coming in, I think it's blending into the same. So we'll kind of see 7 new faces, but those returners have been great to bring in those 7 incomers, and it's not too much of a divide. 3 girls is kind of tough, making sure they feel all is one and unifying them. With having such that big gap with our 7 incomers and then our 11 returners, it's been great to have them combine and those leaders really step up and show them the ropes.
That's good. So let's talk about some of the new players then. What were you needing in recruiting, and what did you get?
I don't think it's any secret. In the past, we haven't had much height in the front row for us. Yeah. So that was really, really key for us to bring in some height with this upcoming class. Again, last year we had that height as well, but some injuries limited us. But we've gotten that on our outsides. We've got some 6 foot, 5'11", 5'10", 5'10". So our shortest is that 5'10", which is going to be great. Our middle's returning. We have that height of 6 foot, 5'11". Right side, we have a 6 foot, and I believe Michaela's 5'9", 5'10". So those are great. But a lot of DSs this year as well. 2 biggest ones, I will say, are setters. We have 2 freshman setters who have been completely amazing. Very different skills to really make my job hard, if I'm being honest. So we're really excited for them, especially with Katie leaving. We needed somebody to really fill that role. So Kaylin and Mia coming in as freshman setters are really going to have to take on a lot, but we believe in them. They're very strong, and they have not set us back at all. They jumped into the gym, matched our tempos, gained that chemistry with the girls, made sure that they communicated as effectively as possible. And that will be the biggest thing for us, I think, this year, is having a completely new setter, different attitudes, composures. It's learning for me as well, because Katie's been the only setter these last 2 years. So now I've got 2. So thankfully, not having to worry about injuries or coaches jumping into set. We can focus on those 2 being able to run the court.
Well, a little bit of competition between the 2 of them probably never hurt anybody.
No, not at all. I don't know what I'm going to do with them quite yet. Again, they're making my job real hard. So it's been great seeing them accomplish what they have already in the gym, though.
Well, Coach, just last thing for you. I'm also doing some football interviews. Of course, they didn't have a season last year. You all had a season, but it was what it was, and you didn't get to travel, and that was kind of the one big theme of things that people were going to miss, and that bonding time on the road. So what's the message this year? Because the excitement's going to be there. You don't really have to get them pumped up, I know. What's the message for the team this year?
Oh, honestly, just have fun getting back into things. It is going to be higher expectations as always, and a higher load of responsibilities, but just enjoying the process is what's key. We want our girls to be happy when they're playing. We don't want anyone miserable, and just maintaining that level of happiness and making sure that volleyball is continuously fun, not dreadful. I know practices sometimes, it's not every day that you maybe want to come in, but we keep the saying of, you don't have to be here, you get to be here. So we focus a lot on that, especially after a COVID season. You never know when these types of abilities, as far as your skill, experiences, like I said, that travel aspect, even the girls miss, you never know when those little things will be taken away. So just taking everything in, having fun, while winning, hopefully. So we'll see. But yeah, that's definitely the message. We want to get back to being one and being completely in the season of volleyball.
Okay, well, again, it's good to visit with you, and we didn't have to wait that basically a year. We got to visit a little bit quicker this time around, but wishing you and your team best of luck this year, Coach Garcia.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.